Hi, my name is Lily Ward. I'm a licensed professional counselor with over 30 years of experience. I've worked with a variety of people, children, teenagers, and adults of a variety of ages. I've worked with many different mental health concerns, and one of them is grief. I was first introduced to grief when I was 7 years old, living in Germany. My grandfather died, my maternal grandfather. I asked my mom, because I had noticed that my grandmother kept wearing black, and I wanted to know why. And my mother said, because she's grieving the death of her husband, and that the next year she would be wearing brown. That is when I found out and learned that grief doesn't end immediately. It's something that takes a period of time. And sometimes grief will come upon you unaware, years later, and all of a sudden you're sad. But I like to remember what my dad told me. He said, and this was when I was 7 years old, and I've never forgotten. He said, when a person dies, as long as you remember them, they will be alive in your memories. And I think that's a really wonderful thing. However, I want you to know that people just don't grieve the death of someone. They'll grieve the loss of their physical ability. A person can grieve the loss of their eyesight, their hearing. They grieve the loss of a marriage when it ends in divorce. They'll grieve the loss of their children if their children decide that they don't want to be involved in the family anymore, or if they think that their parents aren't very smart when they're teenagers. That can be something that a person grieves. One of the main questions that people have is, what do you do when someone is grieving? The answer is very simple, but it's very difficult to do, and that is just to be there for the person. A person who's grieving will say the same thing over and over again, and you just need to be able to listen. They don't need you to necessarily say anything. You can't fix anything, but a listening ear is what they need. Reach out to them, invite them to go places with you. And they may say no, and that's okay, but they need to know that you're willing and that you want to be around them. Call a person and let them know that you're there for them, that you want to invite them to go someplace with you, take them out to eat. Know that they may say no, they might decline, and that's okay. Send them a card. When you see them on the street, in the store, at church, greet them. Give them a hug. They just need to know that you care about them and that you're not afraid to talk to them and be around them.
Tell us a little bit about what the sand tray is, when you started using it, and why you use it.
This is my sand tray, and I've been using it for about 35 years. It's a tool that I use mostly with children, some teenagers, and a few adults. Purpose of the sand tray is to let people work out things that are going on in their life without having to talk about it. It's a subconscious type thing. Can come and put together a scene. I have a lot of different objects that they can use. In this tray you can see dinosaurs, snakes, frogs, army men, and trees, nature type things, rocks, shells. I also have buildings and houses and various things and people that they can put in their sand tray scene. I'll ask the child, tell me about the scene, what is going on in their scene. They like doing it because they view it as play, and I look at it that they're working on something that they're not ready to talk about, or they don't even realize that they need to talk about or want to talk about it. Children tend to do their therapy not by talking, but through their play. And that's what I use the sand tray for, as well as a variety of other things that I have in the office when I work with children. We work with children, teenagers, and adults on a variety of different issues. When you think a person who's grieving needs more than what you are able to offer, you can call a therapist or refer them to a therapist. First Christian Church is blessed to have 2 therapists who can provide those services, one being Rachel Veal and the other myself, Lily Ward. The way you can get in touch with us is by calling the church office and asking Paul Johnson. He has the number for both of us. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you.